There's a beautiful idea that nothing fails like success. That's kind of the old strength. Like we figured out a way to do things, and oftentimes that old way can become actually worse than useless in a new environment. You want to read more about that wonderful book, Trauma and Recovery, talking about how when we go through trauma, we learn certain things to initially get through the trauma. Later on in life, those can actually become detriments. They can become obstacles, of course. Tennyson nailed this, I think, with this quote: "Our little systems have their day. They have their day and cease to be. They are but broken lights of thee, and thou, O Lord, art more than they." Beautiful, beautiful poetic quote there. You know, that it's that idea that we have our systems, we have our way we believe the world works, and life is so much, and I want to just honor how hard this is. Life is so much about seeing our little systems inevitably start to fail. Inevitably start to fail. And of course, it's so easy when the old systems, if you're like me, and the old systems start to fail, to kind of reach back and just sort of double down on the old system. But the old system stopped working. But what Jesus is doing is something far different here. Far different. That word silent actually is Aramaic for this: a calm, quiet sea. Just sit with that for a second. Calm, quiet sea. Here is Jesus, and what is coming at him are false testimonies, are lies, are slanders. What's coming at him is impending violence. What's coming at him is evil. And he calms the wind. He calms the wind. That is a beautiful way to sort of, just to start to hold our lives. Just when fear, panic, worry starts to get us gripped up, when they start to grip us, just, oh yeah, calm, silent sea. I think what Jesus is saying here is look, you know, you can look at it one of two ways. Either we need to relocate, or it is being relocated for us, this flip. From the story of Peter pulling out a sword to battle it out, to this idea of a calm, still sea. The sword to a sea. The sword to a sea. We live in a culture that has a really challenging time understanding that there's even a decision there. And he goes, look, you're going to see the Son of Humanity sitting at the right hand of God. Folks, the Son of Humanity, that humanity, when we start to fill back up, this idea of humanity starts to grow deeply in our lives, this idea that we find God in the crowd, that we find God in other people. That view of humanity is so wildly different than what they were looking for. Because all these people were religious and political professionals who saw the old strength as the only strength, as the only thing that had power. And it was based on just these rules and regulations and systems. All our systems have their day. And then they fade. Then they fail. And you just think of the power that was arrayed against Jesus, that was arrayed against the Lord in this situation. Here he does something just so different. You're going to see the Son of Humanity. God's right hand, this physical manifestation. That's what's going to change the world. That's what this new strength is.